Hi, Brandon with Slow and Steady. I have 5 things that we had to do in the first month of living in full-time in an RV that I wanted to talk about. First was the leaky toilet. So we had the RV dealership put on blue juice tank that actually fills the tank every time we flushed. And the tubes that they put on weren't attached really well, so they were leaking. So I replaced both of those tubes. We also had to, the toilet stopped up several times with toilet paper, and we had to flush that out. I actually got a long hose that sticks down in the toilet, and that rinses out the toilet. I've actually used it a couple times now, so that's been great. Our bed we had to fix. I actually took it in the dealership. There's a board underneath part of our bed because the other part is our basement, and it lifts up. The screws that were holding the board that lifts up actually broke or came unscrewed. So they put 2 bolts to there, and of course the other side. A couple weeks later, the other side, the screws came out. So I got 2 more bolts and put them in there, and it seems to be working just fine now. The door latch outside that holds the door open, it's just a plastic piece, and it actually came out, and then we misplaced it for a few days. Then we finally found it, so I got to put it back in, and that seems to be working now, but I'm assuming it's going to pull out again. It's just what it is. We also, when we were staying at Alum Creek, we ran out of water. They didn't have water in the campground, so we ended up going to Walmart and buying 2 6-gallon containers, and we'd fill those up and then fill up our tank so we would have water. Worked out pretty nice. We actually moved to a site that we could actually hook up to the main water just to fill up our tank, and bought the water hoses, but then they turned on the water and we ended up moving the next day, so we never actually used the water hoses. But I did need a water hose actually to flush the toilet from the inside with the hose to flush out all the toilet paper in the potty, so worked out anyhow. We also ended up getting a new truck. So we had a 1500 Silverado, and it pulled the trailer just fine, but I didn't feel comfortable going over 65 miles an hour. So we ended up buying a new truck, and we haven't really pulled the travel trailer yet on the highway. So that's one thing we're going to do pretty soon here, because we're going to Pennsylvania for about 5 days, coming pretty soon. So I'll get to see how the new truck. We bought a diesel 2500 Dodge Ram. It's got the Cummins 6.7 liter engine. So I'm hoping that it will have a little less sway than we had before. So I'm looking forward to that. We also had to have our hitch adjusted since we got a new truck, and the new truck's a little higher. I actually read how to do it and was going to do it, but I didn't have a torque wrench. So I went to the RV dealership to have them do it. And of course they didn't use a torque wrench at all to adjust the torques. So next time I think I'll just do it myself. I know how to adjust the truck and the trailer for the 4-way hitch. So that's all I got for the first month. Talk to you later.